The monarchy, a centuries-old institution steeped in history, tradition, and power, has long been a family of shadows and whispers. Behind every wave of the royal hand, there is a world of complex relationships, carefully calculated gestures, and carefully constructed images that the public consumes eagerly. But beneath this highly polished surface, there exists an undercurrent of tension, generational shifts, evolving ambitions, and power struggles that threaten to reshape the future of the monarchy itself. And now, a new figure has emerged at the center of this storm, Princess Charlotte. At just 9 years old, Charlotte's quiet yet undeniable presence has begun to capture the royal imagination. Though she is far from the first to be thrust into the spotlight, her potential influence in the royal family's intricate power dynamics is already becoming too large to ignore. From the moment she was born, Charlotte was destined for a life of both privilege and expectation. The world watched as she took her first steps into the limelight, her regal upbringing seemingly preparing her for a future of duty, responsibility, and grace. But what if Princess Charlotte's future in the royal family is not just about fulfilling her royal duties, but instead about shaping the monarchy in ways that no one could have anticipated? To understand Charlotte's growing influence, one must look to her upbringing, her role within the royal family, and the subtle signs of leadership that have been emerging over the past few years. Growing up as the second child of the Princess of Wales, Charlotte is often in the shadow of her older brother, Prince George, who is set to one day inherit the throne. But while George is the heir to the British crown, it is Charlotte who has slowly begun to emerge as a key figure in the future of the monarchy. Her role within the royal family is already one that many expect will be marked by her calm demeanor, sharp intelligence, and strong sense of duty. Yet, what is truly captivating about Charlotte is her ability to command attention without saying a word. It is in the way she holds herself, poised, confident, and self-assured, that she begins to make an impact. At an age when most children are still trying to find their place in the world, Charlotte has shown a level of emotional intelligence that suggests she is not only aware of her role, but is also quietly asserting herself within it. The most striking moment came during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, a grand event that marked Queen Elizabeth II's 70 years on the throne. While the world watched the formalities unfold, it was a seemingly small, yet significant, moment involving Princess Charlotte that caught the public's attention. In the middle of the festivities, as her younger brother, Prince Louis, demonstrated his usual exuberant energy, Charlotte exhibited a calm, almost maternal ability to handle him, guiding him with a look or a gesture. This was not the first time Charlotte had shown such poise, but it was perhaps the clearest sign that she was developing the leadership skills that would serve her well in the years to come. In the midst of a family as high-profile as the British royal family, every action is scrutinized, and every moment holds meaning. Charlotte's handling of the situation was a subtle declaration: I am not just another royal child, waiting for my time to shine. I am someone who, even now, holds influence, a quiet power that is only just beginning to emerge. But while Charlotte's public composure is impressive, it is what lies beneath the surface that is truly fascinating. The relationships she forms with her family members, the way she navigates the complex and sometimes tense dynamics within the royal household, speak volumes about the future she may one day carve out for herself. It is here, in the quiet moments between the royal duties and public appearances, that Charlotte's true potential begins to reveal itself. Queen Camilla's struggle, a throne built on shifting sand. If there is one royal figure whose influence stands in stark contrast to Princess Charlotte's emerging presence, it is Queen Camilla. Her rise to the throne, though hard-earned, has been fraught with challenges and public scrutiny. Even after years of adapting to her role and earning the respect of the royal family, Camilla's position remains fragile. When King Charles III ascended to the throne following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, there was an unmistakable air of uncertainty surrounding Camilla's place within the monarchy. Despite her long-standing relationship with Charles, the public had never fully embraced her as the queen consort. The public's view of Camilla was tainted by her role in the breakdown of Charles's first marriage to Princess Diana, and this shadow continues to linger. It is a burden that Camilla has had to bear for much of her life, and despite the years that have passed since those scandals, her position remains one of constant adjustment. Yet, Camilla is no stranger to navigating the intricacies of royal life. Her relationship with the other royals, particularly with Princess Catherine and Prince William, is often seen as one of respect mixed with underlying tension. There is a deep awareness of her position as queen consort, a title that, while significant, does not carry the same weight as that of a reigning monarch. And as much as Camilla has worked to carve out her role, it is hard to ignore the undercurrents of competition that have surfaced in her interactions with other members of the royal family, especially with those who, like Princess Catherine, are also in line to assume great responsibility in the future. The coronation of King Charles III was a defining moment for Camilla, a chance to finally solidify her place beside her husband as the queen consort. Yet, as the world watched, it became evident that the path to this coronation was not as smooth as it might have seemed. It wasn't just the weight of history that Camilla had to contend with, but also the subtle power shifts occurring within the royal family. Charlotte's presence during the coronation, standing beside her mother, Princess Catherine, and her brother, Prince George, was impossible to overlook. In a family where every action is measured and interpreted, Charlotte's quiet confidence during the coronation ceremony seemed to overshadow the rest. Her poised presence beside Camilla was an unexpected symbol of what was to come, a future where the younger generation might take the reins, and where the weight of monarchy might rest on the shoulders of someone who was not even a teenager yet. The generational shift, Princess Charlotte and the future of the British monarchy. As Charlotte's role in the royal family continues to evolve, it becomes increasingly clear that her place in the monarchy's future will be far more influential than anyone could have anticipated. The power dynamics within the royal family are in the midst of a shift that is being quietly orchestrated by Charlotte's growing sense of self and responsibility. She is not simply a child among many, she is becoming a force in her own right. For the monarchy to survive the pressures of the 21st century, it will have to adapt to new realities. The old guard, represented by figures like Queen Camilla and King Charles, is struggling to navigate the modern world, balancing tradition with the need for relevance. Charlotte, as part of the next generation, will be a key player in this evolution. But it's not just her public persona that will define her future, it's the relationships she cultivates within the family. Charlotte's interactions with her siblings, with her parents, and with key figures like Queen Camilla, will shape her understanding of power and influence. Every glance, every gesture, every moment of decision will be a reflection of how Charlotte envisions her place within the monarchy. What happens when Charlotte comes of age, when she is finally able to step into a more formal role? What will the monarchy look like when she does? There is no doubt that Charlotte's rise will not be without conflict. The royal family is notorious for its power struggles, and as Charlotte matures, she will inevitably come into conflict with those who have long held sway over the monarchy. Queen Camilla's attempts to solidify her position, Prince William's potential rivalry for the throne, and Princess Catherine's own ambitions all contribute to a complex web of power, loyalty, and rivalry. It is clear that the monarchy, as it stands today, is on the precipice of great change. The influence of the younger generation is rising, and with it, the stakes are higher than ever. As Charlotte continues to mature and assert herself within the royal family, her actions will be watched closely, and her rise to prominence will be as dramatic as it is inevitable. The future of the monarchy may not lie solely in the hands of those who are currently in power. It may well rest with Princess Charlotte, whose growing influence promises to change the course of royal history forever.